A car is stolen every 13 minutes, more than 100 each day.
Broad daylight, public spaces, not a gun in sight. Yet, criminals are cracking intricate vehicle security systems and making off with cars in just seconds.
High-end keyless entry vehicles are in demand, especially on the black market for stolen cars.
If a vehicle is needed in a market, they will take it.
The latest modus operandi is linked to sophisticated syndicates. 𝗀𝗁𝗃 is from the Insurance Crime Bureau.
Opportunistic car thieves have been taken out of the equation a long time ago through technology. We are left with criminals that are focused and they are one step ahead. And they've got very good technology and they've evolved.
You park your car in a busy area, thinking it's safe, but it's not. It's more vulnerable than ever. This new car theft trend is taking old-school breaking and entering to a whole new level.
In my wildest dream, I never thought it would be possible.
𝗃𝗏𝗀 parked at a shopping center in his top-of-the-range double cab, only to return a short while later and find his bakkie was gone.
And I thought I parked it somewhere else, and I specifically stopped the car at a busy place so that they don't smash and grab me, steal my stuff, and then they stole the whole thing.
The bakkie was taken in seconds without having the car key.
With jamming attacks, we've become extra vigilant, making double, if not triple sure that the car is locked before you walk away. But that won't cut it with this latest car theft trend.
All models that have wireless key systems are now being affected because it's actually effortless with the right equipment.
But just how are tech-savvy criminals getting around complex vehicle security systems? Matthew Parker is a vehicle security inventor. He's built a demo unit to help us better understand how criminals are stealing keyless entry cars.
What you'd need is a receiver and a pickup device. So these wireless keys are always sending out a signal asking for the car to say hello, and then the car will open. So the vulnerability is that I'm amplifying the signal. So this laptop and bag is going to follow you into the shops. I'm then going to pick up this wireless key signal and boost it back to the vehicle. I'm not cloning the key, I'm purely amplifying the signal of the key itself.
Okay, so what now, Matthew?
So all you need to do is close the door and lock your car.
Okay, closed. The car
Mirrors
is
are
locked.
closed,
Yes.
you can go off to the shops.
Okay, so we're gonna give keys to crew and receiver, and off they go.
These syndicates work in teams of up to 6. They're not just keeping an eye on you, they need to physically get close to you to pick up your car key's signal, ideally within 5 meters of the target. The closer, the better.
So all I need to do is come with the repeater, and as soon as I touch the handles, because it's a wireless model, I can jump in. And if I do jump into the vehicle, and it picks up the wireless key, I'm able to start it. Once the car is started, obviously I'm going to have to deal with the unfortunate thing of a tracker potentially being in the vehicle. So what I utilize is a piece of equipment that looks like this. This is called the signal jammer. And all I have to do is turn it on, put it on the seat, and off I go.
Easy like that, guys. Just go on.
Let's see how this plays out in real life. In this CCTV clip, the man in beige trousers is the target. As he walks into the shop, he's followed by a man wearing a mask carrying a laptop bag. He is one of the car thieves. Look as he moves even closer to boost the key signal.
It's easy for them to blend in. You will not notice that they are following you with this amplifying device. You will think it's a laptop bag or a backpack that is being carried on daily use. You will not notice this way.
It's a well-orchestrated crime carried out using 3 main MOs. In all scenarios, the car's starter motor is not damaged and the thieves don't physically challenge the driver. In this next clip, focus on the Prado. There's a man to the right of the screen, hovering while the driver gets out. Look at him talking on his phone, then tying his shoe. He's waiting for the driver to lock and go about his business. As he walks in behind the driver, a second thief moves in, opens the car, and just like that, another keyless car theft is pulled off in seconds. While this trend is relatively new to South Africa, car thieves globally have been at it since 2017, and it seems local syndicates are making up for lost time.
There's no one big syndicate that's running everything. You get your crews working on a daily basis. They will take up to five, 6 vehicles per day in a certain area, and they will operate, say, for 5 days a week. You can work out how many they are taking.
Conservatively, 200 luxury keyless entry cars are stolen every month in and around Gauteng alone. The majority of these are destined for the cross-border market.
Unfortunately, if a recipe is out, they will apply that recipe. And it's an easy way now that they've uncovered how to steal these vehicles. And there's a market for these vehicles.
You'd think that this kind of technology should be hard to find, or that you'd need to delve deep into the dark web to find it. But it's shockingly not that difficult at all.
We made a couple of inquiries at local tech stores and managed to get an actual quote for the devices used by criminals. But as easy as that was, car thieves should beware. If they're caught with any of these gadgets, they won't just face theft charges, the crime is being redefined.
Other legislation might be applicable, like the Cyber Crimes Act, because you are actually interfering with a computer system when you interfere with a system like this on a vehicle.
These syndicates even use technology to cover their tracks. They come armed with signal jammers to prevent tracking companies from locating the cars.
If I turn this on, it will blanket this entire area. So let's say I've just started the car, I drive off, I'll immediately turn on this device. It will shield the car from any radio interference. So the tracker might be trying to send out a signal, but there is so much noise behind it that it's not able to.
It gives the thieves a head start to remove the tracking units, program a brand new key, and disappear with your wheels.
It'll take about 30 minutes to code in a new key into the vehicle. So that's their biggest weak point, is time. And when you can reduce that, you can reduce the risk of vehicle theft.
When cars are recovered, it allows manufacturers an opportunity to analyze the modus operandi and reverse engineer solutions. Leon Teron is from Toyota South Africa.
Never did we anticipate that criminals could get hold of your real intelligence systems inside of your vehicle, because that is like blueprint stuff that is done in Japan. I kind of relate this to a cyber attack.
It's a trend affecting a number of vehicle manufacturers. The advanced computer systems running keyless cars were believed to be super secure by industry and motorists.
Look how that worked out for me. I always thought they're gonna put it on a flatbed and drive it away, but never thought they're gonna steal actually the whole thing.
Looking at the CCTV footage of the theft, Stolz is still stunned.
Like, if I was watching this, my heart would be pounding.
I couldn't believe it.
Watch as Stolz gets out of the bakkie and walks away. A man heads in his direction and appears to also go into the shops. You wouldn't think anything of it until that same man comes back seconds later.
30 seconds.
My heart is breaking like it's happening now.
I was flabbergasted. It's not the first Ranger they stole. You can see it's clearly professionals.
Once they've got the signal, it's game over. They're in and driving off without the actual key.
The manufacturer should be investigating a fix. What this car is, it's basically a computer on wheels. So they're able to modify the code and change the specifications of the vehicle, which I think is a demand in South Africa at the moment.
Manufacturers are taking up the challenge and fighting back against these car thieves turned hackers. By collaborating with local law enforcement and Japanese design teams, 𝗏 and his colleagues are taking an out-of-the-box approach, even turning to some shady operators to test their latest security upgrades.
We got people in to say, okay, will this work? And then they found another way to get into the vehicle. So we then had to enhance that as well. So it's been quite a long process. It took us literally 12 months to get to where we are now, where we feel a lot more secure.
They will be rolling out the updated features in new models and offering current owners an in-dealership solution. While Ford South Africa declined an interview, they stated they too continuously invest in security measures and are adopting new techniques to develop solutions to deter vehicle-related crimes. And while manufacturers are gearing up to roll out new security features, Parker has a security tweak of his own.
The system that I developed reverses the roles between the car and the key. So instead of the car always asking for the key signal, I then make the key request for the car's signal.
There are also a few low-tech solutions on the market, from the gear lock of years gone by to frequency-blocking key pouches.
As soon as you've locked the car, you can put the key in a little pouch, and as soon as you walk off, it creates what's called a Faraday cage, and it will block this key from transmitting.
As car thieves evolve and adapt their ways, additional measures to secure your keyless car are becoming non-negotiable if you want to avoid becoming a statistic.
If you don't have anything fitted on your car, I would be exceptionally worried at the shops.
It's a constant race between automotive engineers and criminals. When manufacturers launch new security features, syndicates take roughly a year to crack and bypass those technologies.
If we don't address the market for stolen vehicles, it doesn't matter what we will bring into that vehicle. If that vehicle is wanted as a commodity, it's vulnerable. They will take the vehicle.